You have been part of NEPRA as chairman. Would you like your experience with NEPRA?
As chairman NEPRA, I already had the technical background. I already had the commercial background. But what NEPRA gave me was a complete 360 degrees view.
You are also part of or the chief executive of Alter Consulting. Uh, would you please share with us what's that?
In Abu Dhabi, in one of the most boring meetings, I just thought, if one day if I start my own business, what name should I give it? So what I wrote was the first alphabets of my family's name. So Alter is a basically combination of my family's members' first alphabet of their names.
Would you please describe the current structure of power sector in Pakistan with respect to the investors?
I mean, Pakistan's power sector is very exciting sector. Most of the generation have already been sort of privatized because we were the probably first entrant of this market of IPPs in this region.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Sher Afzal, the founder, the chairman of Global CEO Club Private Limited. It's a platform for the business community as well as for the governments to get benefits to boost businesses all over the world. The main functions, the main role of Global CEO Club is to support business community as well as the governments to expand businesses all over the world. Today, we have invited former chairman of NEPRA, National Electricity Power Regulatory Authority of Pakistan, Mr. Tauseef H. Farooqi. And now I request him to introduce himself to the audience of Global CEO Club. Thank you, sir, and please.
Thank you very much, my friend, for having me today. You are running a very interesting organization, and the goal or the mantra that you just mentioned is to facilitate governments and people to do businesses all across. I'm very happy to be in your program today or in this session, and I would love to chip in. You have already introduced myself, so just a very quick introduction. I'm an electrical engineer from UET, University of Engineering and Technology, Lahore, Pakistan, and I'm also an MBA from the top-notch university called Lahore University of Management Sciences in Pakistan, Lahore again. I'm also a graduate from Columbia Business School in their executive program for leadership management and strategy. And I have now 33 years of power and water sector development experience and management as well. And out of these 33 years, 20 years I've spent in Abu Dhabi developing their power and water assets. So this is my quick introduction.
Oh, thank you so much. So we start with the you being the global energy advisor. We'll start with this. Please let us have the background of this sector.
Okay, since I've already mentioned in my introduction that I've been in Abu Dhabi for 20 years and I developed their top three generation plants, Tawila A2, then Shoehat S1, and then Tawila B plants. And all these plants were, contributing to the economy and directly benefiting to the people of UAE as it contained both power as well as water through desalination process. So by way of serving the United Arab Emirates for 20 years, I got a truly multinational and multicultural experience. I worked with more than 35 nationalities and European, Far Eastern, Arabic, and from Indo-Pakistan and many other countries actually. So I have worked with the top-notch professionals, consultants, banks, insurers, and energy developers, water developers, and so on and so forth, and of course the government as well, because government used to have 60% stakeholding in all these projects. So that gave me a fantastic opportunity to actually have an insight as to how, especially the generation assets work, and how the big transactions and big consortiums are formed for mega billion dollars transactions. So while working there, I in the last year or so, I formed my own consulting company, and I also gave advisory to few international players as well. And when I moved back to Pakistan as chairman NEPRA, I'm sure you are going to ask me many more questions on that front later on. After serving as chairman NEPRA for 4 years, I continued with that consulting business which I started in Abu Dhabi. So I found my own consulting company, and I'm advising globally and nationally as well to the organizations who aspire to have inroads in the power sector.
Oh, thank you. It's awesome job you have done. You have been part of NEPRA as chairman. Would you like your experience with NEPRA?
Yeah, definitely. It is one of the most exciting things that I've done in my life. It gave me a complete 360 degrees view as to how the entire power sector works. Because prior to that, I was more focused on the generation side. Even though when you are, having generation plants, you are definitely inevitably connected with the transmission business, as well as you are in touch with the distribution companies as well, because eventually they are the ones who are selling your product. So, and transmission companies actually transporting or transmitting your product. But as chairman NAPRA, I already had the technical background. I already had the commercial background. But what NAPRA gave me was a complete 360 degrees view, because here I also, which I was exposed in my previous jobs as well. But as chairman, I was leading the entire power sector and entire, we have three, I rather put four, segments of our industry. One is generation, power generation, then power transmission, and then power distribution. I also put innovation as the fourth pillar of our industry. So that gave me a perfect chance to actually work on all these four segments, taking care of the technical, commercial slash financial, as well as regulatory and legal aspects of this industry. So that gave me how regulations are made, how the investors, they come and invest in a country. How do you take care of the or balance between investors as well as the consumers' rights? Because NAPRA, being the regulator, was also custodian for the consumers' interest as well. So I had a fantastic, stint with the government as chairman NAPRA for 4 years.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are also part of or the chief executive of Alter Consulting. Would you please share with us what's that and what were the motivational factors to start this venture?
Yeah, many years back in Abu Dhabi, in one of the most boring meetings, I just thought, if one day if I start my own business, what name should I give it? So what I wrote was the first alphabets of my family's name. So Alter is a basically combination of my family's members' first alphabet of their names. So Alter is also popular because it's alternate energy or distributed business. So I gave this company this name Alter. A stands for Alvina, L for Laiba, T for Tauseef, E for Iram, which is my wife, and R for Rai. So Alter is the first name alphabet of my family's name. And what I'm doing is basically providing energy transition services, net zero, and any because you will understand one thing, that even though Pakistan has its own challenges in the power sector, but those are not unique. I mean, most of the countries, especially the developing countries, they pretty much share the same challenges. May it be capacity, awkwardness. Sometimes you have boom, sometimes you have bust, sometimes you have excess energy, sometimes you are short of energy. So all these challenges which are peculiar to power sector, they are very much there in the developing countries as well as in the Middle East, as well as in other countries. So especially with the advent of technology, the net zero and the green energy transition, I think the world has really truly become a global village. And your skill set, your knowledge, your especially leadership qualities, they very much apply everywhere in the world actually. So that was the understanding that or the thought behind coming up with my own consulting firm, so that I can offer whatever little skills, experience, education, and experience, hands-on experience, I would say, I had for the last 33 years, for the wider audience, for the benefit of the others who can improve upon their power assets and have efficiency with my knowledge.
Oh, awesome. Excellent job being done by you. You know, Global CEO Club is a big facilitator for the governments as well. And
Mhm.
Global CEO Club can arrange investments for the public sector projects like mega projects, okay, like solar, like uh, hydro, like wind energy, and you are very familiar of these all these sectors. So as you have been part of with the government of Pakistan, as well as you were also part of the Middle East governments. Okay, uh, I can invite you to let's have collaboration, and Global CEO Club can facilitate all these governments for the mega projects of power sector. Okay, so thank you so much again. You accepted my invitation and joined me to have such a mega interview because uh, the world is literally going to watch you. Okay, thank you so much. Would you please describe the in the current structure of power sector in Pakistan with respect to the investors?
Yeah, I mean, Pakistan's power sector is very exciting sector. Most of the generation have already been sort of privatized because we were the probably first entrant of this market of IPPs in this region. We put our very first greenfield project back in 1994, and it was called HUBCO. It's still there actually. And then the government privatized one of its brownfield projects to International Power of UK, and that was back in 1995. So what I'm trying to say is that even though there are still very few plants owned by the government, we have some nuclear plants owned by the government, we have some conventional CCGTs owned by the government, but slowly and gradually the older plants are phasing out, and all the latest from I would say 96 onwards, most of the generation has been set up in the private sector. So that sector is already sort of privatized. Then we have the transmission sector, which is predominantly in the government's domain. It's a natural monopoly everywhere, actually. But we also have one HVDC project by China. It's called Pak Matiari line. It's about 816 kilometers, actually. So there's still potential in the transmission business as well. The third one is actually most exciting, which is the distribution business. And there are many, at the moment, other than Karachi, which is the single largest city in Pakistan, where K Electric, which is a vertically integrated, utility responsible for the generation, transmission, distribution in Karachi. Other than that, there are 11 distribution companies in Pakistan, all owned by the public sector government. But government has already started a mega drive to privatize distribution companies. I'm actually currently working with Alvarez and Marcel. They have actually come to Pakistan, and they are tasked to become the financial advisor for the privatization of three top-notch discos in Pakistan. And we are very much advanced on that. So this is what is happening in Pakistan. We have a lot of renewable energy projects as well, distributed energy, but a lot more to go. One thing that I would like to mention here is that since all the contract that we did on the generation side was in dollars, and we had in the last few years a lot of rupee devaluation against dollars, so electricity has become quite expensive. And what people did was they found a solution to a problem, because NEPRA gave a net metering sort of regulations, whereby people can put their own rooftop solar, and that's what people have done a magic with. Now there's I didn't see any concrete study, but the word in the market is that there are about 17,000 megawatts has already been installed on the rooftop in the sort of formal and informal channel. In the formal channel, who gets the license from distribution companies, is around 6,000. But those who haven't got any license, they have put solar on the rooftop, is around 11,000. And Pakistan, as we say, there's about 45,000 megawatts installed capacity is there on the generation side. So it's quite an exciting market actually.
Beautiful, beautiful. Few days back, I had an interview with the Indonesian investor that he only wants to invest in the power sector, like petroleum, like electricity, like that. So, Global CEO Club again can play a big role for the not only for the Pakistan but the world over. So I again request you to bring up with some projects, mega projects, and we can move forward to make investments in the country as well as in the world. So we continue our discussion, and with respect to investors, or as far as the investors are concerned, what type of reforms regarding efficiency, regarding transparency has been made in this sector?
Yeah, when I came here as chairman NAPRA, the first thing I found that was quite shocking for me, that we didn't have any formal scientific method to expand capacity. So the first thing I gave to my country, Pakistan, is called IGSEP, Indicative Generation Capacity Expansion Plan. And side by side, we also came up with TSAP, Transmission System Expansion Planning, so that we have a scientific basis of expanding capacity. And it's always that supply should chase demand. We should have very concrete, very I would say what is the right word, accurate planning, forecasting, so that we don't make any mistakes in let's say projecting our future numbers, and put a lot more capacity than what is required, or a lot less capacity that is required, because both up and down is not quite conducive for the country. I mean, if you have too much electricity, then you are paying capacity charges without utilizing it. If you are under capacity, then you don't have enough electricity to feed all the people. I mean, one thing I would like to definitely mention here is Pakistan is very exciting. I should have mentioned it earlier. Pakistan is a very exciting country in a sense that we are the fifth largest country population wise. More than 60% of our population is more than 30 years of age, and more than 30% of our population is more than 15, is almost 15 years of age. So what I'm trying to say is the population of Pakistan is very young, and the per capita consumption of Pakistan's electricity is very low, around I think 450 kilowatts per hour per year. So which is far below compared to Europe or America. So what I'm trying to say is that all these youngsters, they are going to develop their own families in the days to come. They will ideally like to have more consumption, so we will have more capacity requirement in the days to come. And what IGSAP did, which I brought, is that we would only add capacity on the least cost basis. Generally in the world, the neatest, cleanest, and the greenest things are most expensive. But coincidentally, in our industry, the neatest, cleanest, and greenest, which is the green energy or distributed energy on solar, wind, or bagasse, that is cheapest as well. So all we need to do is replace the older plants, older capacity with the cheapest energy, which is a green energy as well as whatever the future energy demand is, that should come only through the distributed energy or green energy. So this is what I did. Then the most exciting thing that I did, which I take a lot of honor, that is called CTBCM, Competitive Trading Contracts Bilateral Market. So what it means is that in Pakistan, from conventional single multi seller single buyer market, we are moving on to multi seller and multi buyer market, so that if, let's say, you want to sell electricity to your neighbor or someone else, right now we have put a bar of 1 megawatt to an industrialist of using more than 1 megawatt, you can directly deal with them. You don't need to come to NEPRA, and NEPRA generally offers license and then it offers tariff, and it's a long process actually. So you don't have to go through that. You just deal with that guy, set up your own, sort of understanding on the tariff, and you are done. So that's something I'm quite sure you will be more keen to know about it in the later part of this discussions. But this is what I did, and then I also brought electric, vehicle regulations. I also brought microgrid regulations, and few other initiatives I've taken. I'll mention it later on.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Amazing job being done by you. We continue our discussion. In recent years, in recent times, which segments are very attractive with respect to the investors' profile, and like generation, transmission, distribution? What do you think?
Actually, people say that we have 45,000 megawatts and we don't need generation. I'm totally, I negate that. I'm a strongest proponent that we need to have more generation, but on the basis of green energy, solar, wind, or whatever. But we need to replace the most expensive, I call it black electron or brown electron with the green electron. So generation still has a lot of capacity, distributed energy, and with the advent of microgrids regulations that I gave, there are, because as we speak in Pakistan, around 20% of Pakistanis are still without electricity. So there's a huge potential out there. Then transmission, as I said, there's already a precedence whereby we have HVDC, Park Material Line. So there's a potential, because government needs a lot of infrastructure build up and revamping of that. So we definitely need partners to do that. Third, and not the least, actually, is the distribution sector, which I have told you that government has already embarked upon a drive to privatize discourse, or distribution companies is another part. So then investors can think of improving energy supply level, bringing a lot of technology, AI based technology. Then blockchain technology is there in many parts of the world. The distribution contracts and other contracts are being done on the blockchain. Then we also have the carbon credits market, which is totally untapped in Pakistan, being the fifth largest country population wise. We can understand that huge potential out there is for this market, as Pakistan is also coincidentally fifth most vulnerable country on the climate front, actually. Because of climate change, we are being affected. Our glaciers, people, your audience may not know, but we in India, we have the largest glaciers in the world, and because of the climate change, they are melting, and we are having a lot of temperature differences. Temperatures are increasing, and it is causing floods, and we faced a lot of problems in the recent years, actually. So all this is sort of connected. So a lot of potential is there for the investors to actually bring not only investment, but also lots of techno, commercial, and I would say expertise to be able to sort of fix all this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now we move to the green energy projects. As you already mentioned, Pakistan
Mhm.
has a big potential for the renewable energy. Which,
Mhm.
which segments of green energy are most profitable to the investors in recent times?
See, Pakistan is lying, or Pakistan is situated in a very strategic area, and it's also blessed with a lot of sun. I mean, our worst irradiation factor, which is the determinant factor of how good the solar potential is, our worst is better than best of the Europe, actually. So we have enormous potential for the solar, and we also have. Two or three already earmarked wind energy corridors. We have already developed two of them, but I'm quite sure there are a few more which we can develop. And then there's a lot of crops. Pakistan is an agrarian society, so a lot of crops are there which and we that we can use to produce electricity. Actually, we call it bagas. So these kind of technologies are very much there, and a hybrid could also be there, whereby there could be a combination between solar and wind. And on top of it, with the advent of BESS, the battery energy storage system, you can harness the sun energy in the daytime, save it in the BESS, and you can use it in the peak time in the evenings or night. So there's a huge potential out there in all these areas, and plus supplementing that is the carbon credits. Because once we are going to have the green energy projects, automatically a new market will create for the carbon credits. So these are a few areas.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. ESG goals are very important to any investors to sustain. Would you please highlight?
Yeah, when I came to NEPRA as chairman, one more thing I found that we had more than 300 plus licensees, generation companies, transmission companies, distribution companies, and NEPRA being the regulator, we were not doing anything on the we instead of calling it ESG, we called it CSR, because a few years back it was more popular word at that time. So corporate social responsibility. So what I did was I came up with the guidelines for my 300 plus licensees, and I personally worked with them and to come up with new CSR based projects. It could be education, it could be free, cheaper electricity or free electricity, it could be medicine, it could be anything, or education for the young kids, or offering vocational services. And you'll be very happy to know that in 3 years' time, because it took me 1 year to start this initiative, I called it uh, Power with Prosperity. This HAC, I actually took five initiatives, such initiatives. One is called Power with Prosperity for the CSR. In 3 years' time, they started more than 1,000 projects, and education, water, medicine, electricity, and so many, so on and so forth, across Pakistan. This was the beauty, because NAPRA exists all over Pakistan, and they offered jobs to more than, I think, 66,000 jobs were created during my period, and they invested more than 44 billion rupees to come up with more than 1,000 projects. So this initiative I called Power with Prosperity, and it really sort of brought a green revolution. The second initiative I took was HSC front, Power with Safety. When I landed in Pakistan, there were 29 fatalities because of electrocution in Karachi area only. And when I found out, I came to know that they had serious, secure safety compromises in their system. So I got it revamped, and I had to do the earthing, get it done through them for the 216,000 poles that exist in Karachi, just to ensure that no human life or even any animal's life is at threat because of electrocution, especially during the rainy season. And I'm very happy to share that in my 3 years, that I I was there after that. Once they completed a job, there was not a single death because of electrocution in the. And then I was shocked to know there was no safety or HSC department in any of the discos in Pakistan. So I made sure that there's a directorate addressing that. The third one is power with the safety, power with security. I found when I was in Abu Dhabi, I was very actively involved with the cyber security attacks, protection against that in our power plants. But there was no such protection in Pakistan. So I launched the CERT, this computer emergency response team. And not only within NEPRA, being the first regulatory authority, but also for the entire industry, we came up with a CERT. So this is called power with prosperity, power with safety, and power with security. There are two more, if you like, I can describe them right now or maybe later. One is called power with equality. All our females, which are around 50% in Pakistan, they were not very, rightly employed in the, especially in the distribution company, which has the most, employment. There was only 1.5% of females there. But I pushed the distribution companies to employ more girls, and so that's what I call power with equality. And I'm very happy that lot of in the power with prosperity, they offered more than 22% of female employment actually there. Last but not the least, I initiated power with unity, whereby I brought, using the NEPRA's regulatory channel, industry and academia linkages, so that our industry, they pose their problems on a website, and our academia, faculty as well as students, come up with the indigenous solutions to those problems using local brain power. These are the 5 initiatives I took in NEPRA.
Oh, thank you. You supervised multi-billion-dollar projects. Would you please highlight them and how FDI, foreign direct investments, can be brought into Pakistan?
Yeah, 3 major projects that I talked about in Abu Dhabi, they were, the first project was about $750 million. The second was $1,500 million, $1.5 billion. The third one was the $3 billion US. And in Pakistan, it is countless how many projects were there, because NEPRA is the one who approves all these projects coming to the country. And being chairman, I was very actively involved in that, and especially with my right background of technical, commercial, as well as legal, as I mentioned. So one of the most critical requirements for a FDI coming to the country is that you have to have the right projects. They should be bankable, and those projects should be risk-free, and government's political will has to be there to protect and first invite and then protect the investors. And there has to be a very strong regulator, providing complete protection to the potential investors. So these are the recipes to how people have attracted FDI in their countries. You have to have commitment that it's a long haul. It's not a hit or run kind of thing, and it works both ways. Not only government should consider them as sort of an just an investment. They are here to make money, and they are going to make money. But investors should also realize that it's not a hit or run kind of thing. They have to be long haul. They have to be on a strategic level, not a tactical level, that they invested today and they will get the return tomorrow. You have to be patient, and patience has paid to a lot of investors in Pakistan.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. How do you see Global CEO Club, NEPRA, and the other regulatory bodies can play a big role for the development of Pakistan and other countries? In short sentences, because time is getting out. And
NEPRA is being the regulator. It has to play the decisive role. They are the custodian of both investors as well as for the consumer's interest, actually. So they should come up with the regulations which are very investor friendly, And we believe Pakistan has uniform tariff because we have 11 different distribution companies and K Electric. I personally believe we should have cost reflective tariff, performance based reward system, for the distribution company, which is going to bring a lot of competition. So as I said, CTBCM, that is a market that can really be a game changer. And in the world now, we have the new data centers are coming now, and they have a lot of requirement for the electricity. So we they are probably in a position to revamp the grid. So we should be ready for all the changes, and we should be embracing that technology. So what CEO Club can do is basically, I mean, right now you are giving me a window of opportunity to sort of speak on behalf of my country, because served it, and bring all the good things and the potential that it has for the investors. And naturally, they have to do their own due diligence, they have to do their own homework, but I assure you that Pakistan has a huge potential for the right investors.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm very grateful to you for your precious time we had, and we had a wonderful discussion, and we all are being we all are here to strive for the country's growth. Thank you so much, and I'm very grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.